Lego Star Wars 2, Lord of the Rings The Two Towers, The Godfather Part 2, and Tupac. All of these sequels are arguably better than their predecessors. And
How LEGO Games Changed Through the Years Part 2 is no exception. So go to the lobby, get your snacks, get your bevies, and get real comfortable because this is gonna be another long one. Play the video, Ruben. You're Lego, Harry.
I'm a what?
Lego Harry Potter is by far the best way to experience Harry Potter. Okay, I'm just here to make the video, okay? Hey, whoa! But this game is the closest we'll ever get to exploring Hogwarts until Hogwarts Legacy comes out. You can do anything you want in this game. You can learn how to do spells, make a whole bunch of potions. You can go into Hogsmeade and shop around and stuff. The developers also did a good job at adapting big books into enjoyable games for kids. And a good example of this is the beginning of Sorcerer's Stone. In the book and the movie, it takes a while for Harry to go to Hogwarts and start doing some bloody wicked magic. But in the Lego game version, it takes 3 minutes of brilliantly executed cutscenes to start doing magic in Diagon Alley, because the developers know that the only thing people want to do is turn people into animals. With this wand, I can make so many frogs. I can have an army of frogs. And then there's just classic wacky goofy Lego game things like being able to play as pets, being able to finally snog a Dementor, and an achievement called Solid Snape, which you get for hiding in a barrel when playing as Snape, which is a reference to the Metal Gear Solid games. How did this game not win the favorite game at the 2010 Kids' Choice Awards? I don't know. It was kind of the same thing, nothing really changed. But I guess the graphics got better. Batman, he could do whatever the wealthy can. Have some fun, be a nun, but he'll never use a gun. Look out! Here comes the Batman! Yeah! Lego Batman 2, unlike Harry Potter years 5 through 7, actually improves on what its predecessor achieved. The main difference being that this game has an open world filled with 75 iconic heroes and villains, all of which have different abilities. And yes, there was only one new Batman suit, but it was like the coolest looking one, so I'm okay with it. But little Isaiah didn't care about game design and originality. I probably spent most of the time in the game flying around as Superman and Green Lantern. I cannot put into words how satisfying it is to fly around in an open world and vaporize everything in sight. Running around as the Flash just looks so cool, and driving around in vehicles? I think that speaks for itself. Lego Batman 2 also improves with the more linear plot, which consists of Lex Luthor running for president with the help of the Joker. And by help, I mean using a big robot to brainwash all of Gotham. And not to brag or anything, but I had the super limited, ultra rare Lex Luthor set, which came with this kryptonite gun. Don't get too excited, ladies. No girls watch my videos. LEGO City Undercover is easily the most underrated game in this video because it wasn't based on a pre-established franchise. This game is based on the bland LEGO sets that the losers get. Oh yeah, you're having fun with your LEGO tractor or truck? I'm building Nick Fury's flying car, get out of here! But it's easily the most ambitious game Traveler's Tales have made. 290 playable characters. There are so many characters I can make jokes about, so I'm just gonna put some here. All of these characters complemented the open world of LEGO City, and people try and call this the kid version of GTA 5 when LEGO City Undercover came out before GTA 5. Maybe GTA 5 is just a wannabe version of LEGO City Undercover. Hey, I'm just here to make the video, okay? The story is also surprisingly good, and they didn't have to rely on a movie or a book. The campaign follows Chase McCain, an undercover cop trying to stop a crime wave caused by Rex Fury. The style of the music and the dialogue is like a 70s cop show, but the game also takes advantage of not being tied to a franchise with multiple references to other movies and stuff. For some reason, they have a Dirty Harry reference in the trailer, and a pizza restaurant is used to riff on Goodfellas. Listen, I know I said LEGO Indiana Jones 2 had the best ending level, but the ending of this game is just mwah. Oh yeah, and spoilers ahead for you dorkazoids who haven't played this amazing game. The only complaint people have with LEGO City is that the campaign is too short and the world is not big enough. Just make another one, come on.
Everything is awesome.
No! You know, guys, I gotta be honest. Everything is not awesome. More specifically, this game is not super awesome. This is probably the game that marked the end of the golden age for LEGO games. I mean, I guess you can't expect much because it's literally a LEGO game about a movie about LEGOs. But it's okay, I guess. I mean, it was pretty cool that some characters were master builders and others weren't. But then it makes it not fun for a regular builder character because then you gotta go get instructions. And yes, I am being critical on the LEGO Movie video game because if it's not me, then who else is gonna do it? The books and movies are better. The book is better.
Greyhounds never play with long necks.
With LEGO Jurassic Park, you would think this would be a good idea. All the Jurassic Park games in one game with hopefully some new and exciting features, but it didn't deliver. I mean, it wasn't a bad game per se, but it felt like there was less care put into the game. I mean, just look at all the previous game hubs and how all of them are iconic with their own song and cheery mood. Now, before I show you the Jurassic Park level hub, I want you to think what cool building can be used as the hub. The entrance to the original Jurassic Park, that pyramid thing in Jurassic World, maybe the ride in the lab can be used to change between the movies? No, how about a tiny helipad? And instead of cool music, we can add helicopter propeller noises to drown out the sound of my sobbing tears. And unlike all the other LEGO games, the characters in all of the Jurassic Parks aren't that cool to play as. I mean, movie-wise, they're awesome. They're funny, smart, and they have good chemistry with each other, but none of that will translate into the game. I mean, I don't play LEGO Indiana Jones for his charismatic one-liners. He doesn't even talk in the game. I play LEGO Indiana Jones so I can use a whip, play as Belloc, and hit people with the Staff of Ra. Or maybe I just want to walk around and be an alien. But in Jurassic Park, the most unique ability a character has is Chris Pratt saying, "You know me."
That is one big pile of shit.
LEGO Dimensions was LEGO's attempt to cash in on the Skylanders Disney Infinity fad, where a toy you buy can be put into a game. And again, in theory, it sounds kinda cool, but maybe it would have been better if LEGO put out a series of pop culture related sets. But making it into a game made it weird. When you buy the starter pack of the game, the characters you get are Gandalf, Wildstyle from the LEGO Movie, and Batman. And the first level you play is a recreation of The Wizard of Oz. I mean, Wizard of Oz is a nice movie and all, but a video game? Why didn't they just make Back to the Future the first level instead? Whoa, Batman and Gandalf crashed into the city clock. Wildstyle broke the flux capacitor. How are they gonna get out of this sticky situation? Rated M for mature. If you're gonna bank on nostalgia, do it right. At least with the LEGO game, they put a lot of care into the gameplay and the originality of the visual gags, and it all comes at the price of a regular game. It's not like you need to buy a pack with real money to get a cool character. Instead, you go and break everything in sight, you collect all the studs around the map, you save them up, and then you buy the character from the shop like a man. But instead, you're telling me that a kid with no income has to beg his mom to take him to Target, beg her to buy him the pack, and then after a week or two, the kid finally comes back home, he opens the box, and plays as Finn from Adventure Time in the world of Wizard of Oz. Ooh.
We stand here amidst my achievement, not yours!
With LEGO Force Awakens, I was really hyped. It was the first LEGO Star Wars game in 6 years. They were going to have 260 playable characters, and I still had hope for the franchise. The characters were easily the best part of the game. There was so much detail in every character. Sometimes it was more fun to run around and go through all the characters than actually go into replay. This was also one of the funniest LEGO games that they ever made, and the graphics are so good, I could see my reflection on the studs. But in terms of gameplay, I'm a bit conflicted with this game because of the new cover-based shooting levels. And I'm sorry for getting a little bit political. I know the opinion on the LEGO Force Awakens cover-based shooting mechanics is very divided, but they're a bit boring. They slow down the pace of the game and are a bit too easy, but I guess if you look at all the characters you play as in the story mode, I would be complaining that they all just have blasters. But at least their hub isn't a heli- Oh, come on! The LEGO Ninjago movie video game was the last LEGO game I've played, and let's just say it left a sour taste in my mouth. I actually liked the combat a lot, and the running on the walls thing looked really cool with the ninjas and whatever, but it's not the same. Why did they change the design of the ninjas? They kept Sensei Wu and Lord Garmadon the same, but they changed all the ninjas. This is the same problem the Diary of the Wimpy Kid movies had. Haven't they learned their lessons yet? Unlike its source material, which is the coolest thing in the universe, the game and the movie both feel useless. The game is super short, they use clips from the movie as cutscenes, and the graphics look bad enough, but when put side to side with the 16K RTX reflections of the movie, it looks horrible. Wouldn't it have been cooler to make a saga of games with the Ninjago show? Because then you could pick and choose what storylines you want to commit to, but with the movie you're restricted to building your game around the cutscenes and forced to add boring and time-consuming puzzles to pad for the runtime of your soulless cash grab. A lot of new Lego games haven't interested me, but you know, Skywalker Saga's coming out. They're gonna have like 300 to 500 playable characters. They're gonna be running on a new engine, so that means the graphics are gonna be in tip-top shape. We're gonna see gonk droids in 16K. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I mean, they're gonna have voice acting and stuff, so that makes me a little bit skeptical, but we'll see how it goes. I know I ranted for a bit there at the end, like, why aren't Lego games the way they were when I was a kid? I just wanted to emphasize that I don't think those games are bad. I want them to grow. You know, every single one is better than the last. Well, you know, the wife is giving me the sign, you know, she's giving me my coat. I'm panning down my pockets to check for my keys and phone. So I think it might be time to head out. And again, thank you so much for staying till the end. You know, we hit 65 subscribers at the time of recording this. That's crazy for me. I know my schedule is all crazy and I don't have the highest production in all of YouTube, but like, it's pretty cool that you guys choose to listen to me talk about the things I'm passionate about, even if it's a little bit negative and I just come off as like a little squeaker going, what? Also, thank you to my family for putting up with me. I know I'm very annoying when I'm ranting about making the video, but thank you, I love you. So subscribe for more tee-hees and little ha-has, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, bye-bye. Take care now.